Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your week ahead reading for July 1st to July 7th, 2019. This is going to be for all the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Gemini, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so this is your reading, Gemini. Now, Gemini, what is happening here? So you have two cards that came out, Gemini, that represent your overall theme for the week ahead. So let's take a look. The suspense. So you have never jam today, promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. Aw, Gemini, why? Why are you not living in the now, living in the moment? Where are you stuck? Why are you stuck? What is this about? I'm feeling with this energy, Gemini. It's like empty promises, promises that never come to be, not living in the now. Is someone not keeping their promises with you? Are you not keeping your promises to yourself or to someone else? With this energy, Gemini, I feel like this is you thinking about the future. So much so. You may be thinking about the past even. But you're either thinking about the past or you're thinking about the future. Or you're thinking about the past and the future. So much so. Because it's better than your present. It's better than your present circumstances. It's better than what's going on in your world right now. And wow, Gemini, really? Because with this energy, you want to focus on attracting good things to yourself. And you may be focusing on promises that were never kept and that may not be kept. I also feel that this is a time, Gemini, that you could be, where you are in your present situation. Perhaps you have a lot, you may have plenty, you may have abundance, you may have acquired many nice things, you may live a very comfortable life, and you may be boasting about that and having a very plentiful life and living lifestyle. But I feel like even though this may be what you could be projecting to others, that this is you not ever really enjoying it though, because you're stuck in the past or the future or both, and you're not really living in the moment. You're not really being present. Now, there could be some sort of manipulation or some withholding where someone may be manipulating you or withholding from you, or this may be you being manipulative and withholding. And because you are focused on the future. And so, because can you really get into what you're doing or who you should be focusing on if you're busy in the past or in the future and not being present with them now? So that's a form of manipulation, a form of withholding, whether you mean to do this or not. Wow. And Gemini, you also have follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. That's an interesting contrast to what we just looked at. Very interesting. Curiosity meets opportunity. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Let me just say this. Going back to this energy, Gemini, I feel that if you are being manipulated or being withheld from because you could be dealing with someone who is focusing on the past or focusing on the future and not really being present with you right now. And, perhaps this could be you being this way to someone else that's significant. Um, if this is happening to you, this is the time where you demand results and demand to be in the present, for that person to be in the present. And if they're not going to do that, this then is the time for you to focus on you working towards satisfying your own doggone desires. Okay? Either way, choose you, boo. Just wanted to say that. So now back to this, because that prompted me to say that, because we got curiosity meets opportunity. I think I'm feeling this for you, Gemini. What I feel like with this is that I think that this is the time for you to stay alert. Okay, keep sharp. I feel like there's a need for you to be ready. This feels like some sort of opportunity, perhaps a great one, is coming in for you, Gemini. And whatever this opportunity is, it's an opportunity to break through your ordinary reality and give you the chance to change or to experience change in your world and to change your perception, perhaps even forever. Imagine that. Doesn't that sound nice? So, curiosity meets opportunity. Stay sharp. Be curious. Some sort of opportunity is coming that could change things, change the game, and become an opportunity for you here, Gemini. Now, what's connected to this? You had two cards came out with that. Is you have the bouquet and you have the side. Once again, two very contrasting energies. So I feel here, Gemini, let me also point out at the bottom of the deck, you do have the woman. Okay? So, Gemini, this is either you, the woman, or you are dealing with a woman. Okay? You're involved or dealing with a woman. And this is regarding your happiness, regarding you having more fun, experiencing the gift of life. This is you focusing on having more enjoyment or needing to do that, Gemini. And with the side here, there's a danger of you missing out on the here and now, which could bring you a lot of happiness. Um, so there may be a need for you to see what you need to clear away or remove and have a clean break. Have maybe a sense of urgency towards this to eliminate what's not serving you, and as it has to do with whether this is you or this woman you're dealing with, where you may be being manipulated or being withheld from and not able to enjoy the present, enjoy who you're with, enjoy your life, because somebody is in a funk. Somebody's stuck in the past, or so busy with their eye on the future that they're not living in the now. So this is either you or someone you're dealing with, but this is around a relationship where this needs to be addressed, because I say that because at the bottom of the deck you do have the Nine of Swords. This here is mental energy. This is a lot of thinking, fucking thinking. Okay? To the point where you may be losing sleep. It may be even causing you sleepless nights. Well, because losing sleep is getting some sleep. You might not be getting no sleep here, Gemini. And this here is a lot of worries, a lot of fears, a lot of doubts, a lot of insecurity. I'm picking up a lot of insecurity and a lot of fear. Yeah, and worry. What's underneath that is you do have this Page of Swords. Now, with the Page of Swords here, you could be so focused on wanting to stay on guard or protect yourself, um, and your lifestyle or your goals or your dreams here. But, Page is a young energy where that's that could be an immature attitude. This is an immature attitude, especially when you are not able to balance it and be able to exist in the now, the here and now, and enjoy where you are on the way to where you're going, or enjoy where you are and being able to reconcile with the past. And so, with this Page of Swords here, there could be some communication that comes in that puts you in this space. Communication that could be harsh and difficult to hear, but it's still true. And it may be a trigger for you. It could be a trigger for you with this energy that puts you in a space of worry and fear and insecurity and even doubt. Okay, and got you just in your head, constantly playing perhaps this communication over and over in your mind. Now, it is possible that there could be a child involved, but this really feels more like, you know, you needing to break away from whatever train of thought that has you worried and in fear and in doubt and insecure, and keeping you from living in the now and enjoying where you are on the way to where you're going, or keeping you where you are stuck in the past, or both. So let's get into this, Scorpio. This is quite heavy. Now, your overall energy and focus is you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Okay? So, with this Knight of Pentacles here and this Queen of Wands, Knights bring about events, and you actually have one, two, three Knights here. So, there are some events here. There are some events at play here for you. Perhaps at least three. But with the Knight of Pentacles as your energy and focus, you may be very determined and very focused on getting something done or doing something. Um, and then we got this Queen of Wands, right? So you may be focused on a Queen of Wands, or you may be trying to not focus on a Queen of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight of the knights. But the Knight of Pentacles will get the job done, right? Now, it's almost like, Gemini, you are engaging in life and who you're with, but not really. You see how this person is showing so much affection and attention to this knight, and this knight is here like just damn near a statue, not doing that, and just holding on to this pentacle. So I feel like, when I see this red, every time I see this red, I think about the root chakra. And I feel like you're very ungrounded at this time, Gemini, and you need to focus on getting grounded. You are experiencing some anxiety, apprehension. You may be very much focused on your security, um, your safety and survival. And I'm not exactly sure why, because it doesn't feel like that these things are in jeopardy. but yet you are acting like perhaps that it is, or you just so laser focused on the future and perhaps even the past, or one or the other, that your ability to be in the present here is quite noticeable. And it's like you're just a statue and you're just holding this pinnacle. But what I need you to recognize here is that this kind of behavior means there is zero movement. There is zero movement away from the past if that's where you're at. And there's zero movement towards the future, even though you think that's what you're doing. Because, see, you're too busy holding on to what you are carrying and fixated on in your mind, that you may be disillusioned as to you thinking you are working towards anything in particular when you're not. You just working your mind, working that mind. You could be turned into the mega mind, and not in a good way. I just mean that that brain is growing with all this stinking thinking. And so it's with that page of, excuse me, it's with that Queen of Wands. So you could be thinking about a Queen of Wands, or you could be trying to embody the energy of the Queen of Wands. But see, this Queen of Wands, she's standing there holding the wand. And once again, even here in this image, you know, this here is all that inspiration and passion. It's just building up to this big ass rod. She's she's not going anywhere. This person is all interested and enthusiastic, and the Queen of Wands is standing there. So you may appear or think that you are pursuing your desires and aims and achieving them, but it's possible you may not be, or you putting on a front, because see, she got all these hearts on her. So you and your feelings, you and your mind, and you and your feelings, and it could be about um, something or someone you were passionate about, or about your passions about the future. So you either are stuck on somebody in the past, or you stuck on your future, but you're not stuck on where you're at. And I feel that there's a need for you to get grounded, and you to, call yourself to yourself. Call yourself to yourself. Now, it's possible you could be involved with the Queen of Wands and you are with this person, but that's not who you want to be with. I'm picking up. And so you may not be happy with this person, or this person, you may be experiencing some confusion regarding this Queen of Wands energy that you could be dealing with, where perhaps it started out where you were happy, but as time goes on, it's gone on, you're now not so much. You might even be considering how to make a clean break, how to get out of there. You may even feel like, you'd made a mistake. But it's like you're putting on an affront here to everyone looking on, that everything is a-okay when it's not. And that your life and your world is great and fabulous when it's not so much. Thumbs down, right? So the reason why this is happening, Gemini, is you have the Ten of Pentacles and you got this Two of Swords. So with the Ten of Pentacles here, you definitely have made a decision that you want to focus on your legacy. You want to build, or you want to have restoration. But this is you wanting luxury, as much of it that you can acquire. You might have a certain idea or concept that you won't let go of, even though things are comfortable now. It's still not comfortable, and you want more and more. And so you've made a decision that You're going to do what it takes to have more and more. And you see, that decision, you're holding it, you're focusing on it. She can't see or recognize or identify anything that's going on around her because of it. And so this is how you are appearing to the ones that are close to you, or to someone close to you that you may be involved with or dealing with. Perhaps this Queen of Wands, who is sensing and picking up that you're there, but you ain't present. So where you at, Gemini? Where you at? Now, I also feel there's a need for you to make a decision. Well, you definitely need to make a decision, because one decision is to call yourself back into the present. And perhaps there's something you don't want to deal or cope with because it's difficult or tricky, or it feels like a little dangerous for you to try to remove, um, that could possibly allow for you to have your happiness. Maybe it might be a problem with being able to move away from this Queen of Wands. Perhaps you have built a foundation together or lived together, and now you're not interested anymore. You got other shit on your mind, like your legacy or somebody from the past that you are really in love with, or how things used to be back in the day when you was young and not a kid anymore. Shit like that. And you reminiscing, or you so busy in the future. But either way, you're not in the present. And I feel like it's largely to do with that you're not happy. You're not happy. Whoever you gave your flowers to, you might want to give it back. And cut that shit out. But, are you avoiding this? What's going on here? Is it that you can't do it? Do you share a home together? Did you buy a house? And so you're stuck? I don't know. You tell me. So, what's coming towards you, Gemini, that is your challenge, but also your warning, is you do have this Knight of Swords with this Seven of Cups. Okay? Another knight. Remember, you have 3 knights here. So, I also feel because you got these three knights here, there's like conflicts within you. There's conflicts within you, or this possibly is you showing different sides of yourself, to who needs to see, or as per you feel needs to be present. I don't know why I said that, but that's what came out, so there it is. And so this here is about you taking action, and the caution here with this Knight of Swords and Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups is talking about you could be experiencing wishful thinking, but the Seven of Cups could also talk about you experiencing some confusion. You're not seeing things clearly. You about to make a poor decision, and with this Knight of Swords, you could not be definitely thinking clearly, because look at this person. This person looking like they about to go off. Okay, whatever they trying to cut down, they're gonna be reckless about it. Um, they're gonna be real quick about it, and you know you want to be careful that if you're being too hasty or reckless, where you end up causing yourself some damage, because this horse look like it's about to buck. And you know what that means? You flying your ass off that horse and not really addressing whatever it is that you got your eye and focus on. It's also possible too that your challenge here is that you're so busy in your mind about your aims and plans for your wishful thinking, perhaps, that this here is clouding your judgment about the here and now, that you aren't present because you're so busy on on the run. You want to go, go, go. Are you overworking? Are you overworking, Gemini? But the challenge here is to be careful about what you want to communicate or what your plans are or what you're looking to take action with. Because I got to say, this Knight of Swords looks angry, looks very angry. He's not pleased. He's not pleased. And if you are too hasty or reckless, you may make a poor decision. Um, with that Queen of Wands energy, if you're embodying that energy because you're determined with that Knight of Pentacles to get something done or have something happen in a certain way according to your plan, the Queen of Wands in her high vibration is someone who's very charismatic, someone who is charming, who is passionate, who's very creative, very high spirited, enjoys life, knows how to go after what she wants and gets it. But also the Queen of Wands, if you catch her on a bad day in her low vibration, she can be a spitfire. And that means she can be mean, she can be nasty, she can be so focused on her aims that nothing else matters, so much so that she can exhibit destructive patterns that can cause her self-sabotage but also create adversity and problem and destruction for others and herself, and her not giving a damn because she will win at all costs, or it's she'll pay whatever price to get it. And sometimes the price not worth paying. And sometimes you don't have to pay a price so high if you just slow down and temper yourself and get a little self-control, find some balance, perhaps be a little more patient, come to your senses. Okay? Balance your energy. And so the challenge here, Gemini, is, you not being too hasty with your plans, with your aims, with your communication, with your goals, um, where you could be moving so quick that you are misjudging, that you are making a poor choice, and a choice that could come back to kick you in the ass, for sure. So there is some danger here with the sign. If you're not careful, there is some danger here to be mindful of, and um, what that is for those of you this resonates, because you're definitely in your head, okay? And as a result, you may be impulsive and immature in your communication and your actions here. So, ugh, how you handle what's coming towards you. By the way, you could be dealing, Gemini, with someone embodying this Knight of Swords energy that's coming at you because they got an agenda and they're so focused on what they want to see happen. But also, it's possible that if this is you being so hasty and so focused and lacking a level and clear mind, you could miss an opportunity here. You could miss an opportunity, or you could misstep in your aim for an opportunity that sets you back almost dangerously. And you could ruin a possible harvest because you are looking to build and have a legacy to restore, to gain, perhaps even to regain. And so the way that you handle what's coming towards you here, Gemini, is you have this Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands, another knight. Now, what I want you to take notice here is that this particular knight, the horse, if you notice, is kind of crouched as if to about to let this horse that's on the horse, of course, to perhaps come off of the horse, or is at a stop because of Alice this here, and giving attention to that. But I'm saying this because nights are usually fast energy. The night is the fastest night of the nights. And this night is not going anywhere. There's no movement with this night. You see that? There's no movement. And it's because of such a focus on Alice. So I feel, Gemini, you may be definitely focused on someone in particular, someone that meant a lot to you that you are not with. Someone that's where your heart truly lies, and not with who you are with now. And so with this Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands here, I feel like you're not going to make a move. You're not going to budge with this Knight of Wands. You're not going to budge. You are going to drag yourself, or be dragged, in the world you already created that I don't feel you're happy in, that you don't feel safe in or secure somehow. That, and I'm seeing all this blue here, you may not be being your authentic self either. This may be you not being able to express yourself either by choice. I mean, a choice is involved here because you're choosing not to speak, but something's preventing you from doing that, or you feel prevented. Something's haunting you. Someone's haunting you, Gemini, and you can't seem to shake it. And so I feel like you're not going to take any action. You're not going to take any movement towards, bringing yourself in the here and now and into the present. Perhaps with this Knight of Swords too, this is about you needing to, the challenge here is to have movement and move away from that fog of confusion in your mind and in your emotions that has kept you from having this movement with this Knight of Wands. Because I feel like you think you're making moves when you're not. You're standing still. And you are putting out there like, you have all this harmony, you have all this success, you have all this completion, everything's lined up, everything's working out, you may even be celebrating. And this is what, a lot of people see, and this is what you are deliberately choosing to present. But look at this. This person is going through the motions here. See that? As if they're being dragged along in a situation that they created and not getting out of. That's kind of sad. This could be to do with home and family, but there is a relationship here, the one you're in and the one you were in. Or this could be you just experiencing a disconnect with who you're with, but which we said, but that would be because you're not into them. You're not into them. Something matters more than your present, and that is your past or your future, or both. And so the outcome here for you, Gemini, is you do have the Seven of Pentacles with the Star. So with the Star here, you could be dealing with an Aquarius or have this energy in your chart. And the Seven of Pentacles, it talks about you putting in the energy and effort to invest and have a successful return, right? And if you take a look here in this Seven of Pentacles, you see this guy. Can you see that? And he's got a basket with wine. So he's looking to go and, have a good time, right? And that means he's walking away from his investment. He's not analyzing. He's not looking to see what needs to be done or what he can do, or to tend to the things that are important or that should be prioritized in order to ensure its growth and to have that successful return for why you put in the energy and effort in the first place, right? Because this person is walking away. They're not investing. They're not analyzing. And as a result of not paying attention, you've got this walrus here that he's about to trip up on. So I feel like, Gemini, you are not going to invest in what and put in the energy and work to heal or to have your wish fulfillment, your true desires, your true wishes here with the star. And the guidance here with this Seven of Pentacles would be for you to analyze, to put in the energy and effort and work on what it is that you truly want, that brings you into the present, that brings you healing, that lights you up. Because somewhere in this, you're not happy. You're pretending to be happy, but you're not. And you're not doing anything to find your happy. And that is the key. Your happiness is key here. So this feels like you're just gonna, it's gonna be stagnant, but stagnant with some sort of consequences. One of those consequences is you not being happy, and if this is you involved with somebody else, they're not going to be happy, or they're already there, as it has to do with you. And so, there is a need for you to address this with some sense of urgency, to put in the energy and effort and decide how you want to invest, and invest where it brings you back to the present, back into the now, so that living in the present is the place you want to be, and not in the past or in your future, and being okay with enjoying where you are on the way to where you're going if the future is your focus. So, Gemini, let's take a look at what your guidance is. You do have two cards here, okay? You have direction. What did we just talk about? What was this all about? Direction. You just not moving forward. You not. There's no. There's no movement. There's no movement. Direction. Navigation. Guidance. Signs. That's your guidance. Yes. 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 Message. Listen up. Listen up. And so, direction here, Gemini, I feel this is not so much about you needing to find yourself. That's not what this is. This is more about you having the challenge of embarking instead. It's like you have remained at an impasse for so long, but also long enough where now it's time for you to choose a direction. It's time for you to take the first steps in that direction you choose. And if you're not sure what direction to take, look for the signs. Pray to be shown signs about what direction to take that will lead you to your star, lead you to your happiness, lead you to your fulfillment, okay? And allow you to live in the now, to be present. Because with this energy, there may be a need for you to accept that some things will always be a mystery to you. Things that you may be haunted about, that you never got clarity or answers to, or that you can't seem to let go of. And, it is consuming you in a way where you are not living in the present. You're not living in the now. And so this is the time for you to It's like all the searching that you've already done in this Nine of Swords, to the point that you just keep playing it over and over in your mind, ruminating, thinking about it, thinking, and losing sleep and lacking sleep and experiencing worries and fears and doubts. And with this energy, with all the searching and soul searching you've done, there needs to become the time, which is now, for you to actually move forward and have movement, forward movement, move on and move forward. You also have Bridget, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Gemini. And so I was saying, I feel like there's something else you'd rather be doing or be at, and you're not doing it. You're not making any move towards it, and it's causing you to not be happy or not be in the present. And so with this energy, this is you needing to get clear about what you want and be assertive about it, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks, because it's about you pursuing your happiness, and it's about you having your wish fulfillment and having your healing for whatever this is pertaining to or who this is pertaining to. But you taking those steps towards your happy so that you can be in the now. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.